mistakes and too much censorship. The fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the U.S.
It's a significant shift from the fact-checking put in place after Donald Trump's first win. Instead, Meta will now rely on community notes, in other words, user input, similar to what Elon Musk's X platform does, as part of a broader move to loosen up how Meta moderates content. The company will also lift restrictions on hot-button topics like gender identity and immigration, allow more politics into people's feeds, and move its trust and safety team from liberal California to ruby red Texas, all just days before President-elect Trump retakes the White House.
The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech.
It's a political evolution for Meta, 4 years after Facebook suspended Mr. Trump's account in the wake of January 6th, and just months after the president-elect accused Zuckerberg of plotting against him in 2020, calling for life in prison if Zuckerberg did it again. But after Mr. Trump's win, Zuckerberg traveled to Mar-a-Lago. His company donated $1 million to the Trump Inaugural Fund, and now close Trump ally and UFC head Dana White is joining Meta's board.
Meta, Facebook, I think they've come a long way.
Directly respond to the threats that you've made in the past.
Some critics concerned.
Fact-checking is not censorship.
What do you see as the Trump factor, if you will, here?
This is very obviously a political decision.
Over the next 4 years, the Trump administration will set key policy on critical tech topics like antitrust and AI. And as Meta has pushed into the world of artificial intelligence, new tonight, NBC News has found user-generated AI chatbots that seemingly violated Meta's policies against creating characters based on religious or real-life figures. The NBC News review found some 24 chatbots ranging from Hitler and Jesus Christ to Taylor Swift and Captain Jack Sparrow. Meta took down those individual accounts after our team reached out, and in a statement says they are continuously improving their detection measures. Lester?
All right, Allie Jackson, thank you. A historic scene in Washington tonight as the body of former President Jimmy Carter arrived at the Capitol Rotunda. Here's Kelly O'Donnell.
Tonight, steeped in enduring rituals and ceremony, America saluting a man who valued a humble life and attained its highest office.
He served the people, and he left the world better than he found it.
The honor of lying in state brings together the Carter family with leaders, dignitaries, and the American people to show gratitude and respect.
To honor an extraordinary man, a man who modeled the virtues of service and citizenship.
Today's poignant return to the city where Jimmy Carter governed began 600 miles away at the place where his legacy endures, the Carter Center in Atlanta, home base of the Carters' global humanitarian work. For the journey to Washington, a presidential aircraft designated as Special Air Mission 39 carried the late president to Joint Base Andrews. The day's destinations telling the story of the 39th president, a stop at the U.S. Navy Memorial that he authorized in 1980. President Carter began his public service at the Naval Academy and as a nuclear submarine engineer. A horse-drawn caisson retraced the route where Carter set a modern tradition of walking the parade route on Inauguration Day. Once a political outsider, at rest in the Rotunda tonight. At Thursday's national funeral, President Biden will deliver the eulogy, a personal request of President Carter. Lester?
All right, Kelly O'Donnell, thank you. We'll take a break here, and in 60 seconds, the new government investigation into a feature in more than 2.5 million